Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to do my top 5 Power Rangers seasons. Um, this is my personal list. This isn't, like the definitive list. Um, but yeah, this is like what I personally um enjoy. Um, so yeah. Um, so starting off, so number 5 is Power Rangers RPM. Um, this is, kind of like an obvious one. Um, but yeah, I really, really liked the season. Um, it, I liked, the aspect of, it's in a different dimension. Something I think we haven't seen yet in Power Rangers. Now there's like dimensions everywhere. Um, but yeah, so yeah. Plus, the main 5 Rangers has 2 different morphers, which is interesting. They did that with Ninja Steel too. Not Ninja Steel, Ninja Storm. Too many ninjas. Um, but I mean, though they were technically 2 different teams, combined in one team, but this is all the same team. Um, but yeah, and then spoiler alert, Dr. K, the mentor of the team, is the one that created Vengeance, the villain. Um, I liked the villains. I liked the aspect of Dylan and Tanaya Seven. Is that what her name is? Um, Being siblings. Um, and then the whole aspect of, robots and whatever. Um, and then, yeah, so RPM is number 5. Um, Number 4 on my list. Now, this is a controversial season, or seasons, because it's technically 2 seasons, but I combine them into one season. Um, and that is Samurai slash Super Samurai. Um, I have the Super Samurai complete series, but I also have the complete Samurai seasons. Um, yeah, so yeah, it is controversial. I know there is a lot of people that don't really like this season. I have no problem with it. Like, obviously, it's in my top 5. Um, and yeah, I mean, I've watched Shinkenger. You know, I've seen this. Um, I actually watched Shinkenger a couple times. I've seen this a few times, and yeah, I mean, I have no issues with this this season's. I thought it was an interesting take where the Rangers' powers, or the Rangers, whatever, like they get passed down from generation to generation. Something, if I recall, you haven't seen before. Um, and yeah, so there are some flaws in the season. Um, but yeah, I really liked it. Um, so yeah, so here is where we get controversial. Because I'm only doing top 5 and like not top 10, this is gonna be uh interesting. I was gonna do top 10, but yeah. So number 3 is Power Rangers Time Force. Um, and I'll explain why later, why this is number 3 and not higher up. But Time Force, like when I first watched Time Force, I actually instantly loved it. Um, I like the suits, and I like the story. Yeah, so yeah, it is a more darker season of Power Rangers. I mean, it's not like a real dark season because it is Power Rangers, but yeah, I mean, the time travel aspect I like. Even though it does hinder like the continuity of the show since they're all supposed to be connected somehow, and yeah, so that's whatever. Um, so yeah, that's number three, or yeah, that's number three. Number two, my top two. Now this one I have a lot of nostalgic for because this is the very first season that I watched from start to finish when it was actually on air. Um, and that is Power Rangers Jungle Fury. So I have a lot of nostalgia for the season. Um, it's a really good season, anyways. Daishi is one of my favorite villains. Rancid's one of my favorite villains too from Time Force. Um, yeah, so I like the cast. RJ is one of my favorite Rangers ever. Or um, he didn't really do much mentoring, which is weird because he's supposed to be their mentor or master or whatever. But I mean, he was really cool. Yeah, I don't know how much just what to say about this season that hasn't already been said. So yeah, that's my number two. And so this leaned on to my number one. Um, my number one kind of changes back and forth a bit. Um, I think right now because this is my number one. I think right now because I had just finished this season. Rewatching this season, it's my number one right now. But that is Power Rangers SPD. Um, Again, it's not really a darker season, but the whole futuristic thing, which is ironically coming up because it's supposed to take place in 2025. This was filmed in 2005, so yeah. Um, so yeah, again, I like the cast. Um, it has my all time favorite Megazord in this, which is the Delta Command Megazord, which is a base, uh, like literally the Rangers base. My second favorite Megazord, by the way, is the Astro Megazord because, again, it's like the Rangers base. But yeah, so part of the reason why this is number one too is because growing up, we used to have like I used to rent like those 5 volume sets that they had before Shout Factory released these. I used to rent those all the time at the library, so that's how I got my Power Rangers fits. Because I never had cable or anything, but yeah. So, Power Rangers SPD is my number one pick. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Next time I'll try and do my top 10. That's going to be a lot harder. That's going to be something I'll have to think about more. Let me know what other kind of Power Ranger videos you want to see. I may do like my top 5 favorite suits, my favorite Megazords, Morphers, whatever you want to see. let me know. Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And like this video. And yeah, peace out.